Slam Ridge for putting Logan's above his own family. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone is having a nice day. Before we begin the video, please subscribe and give the video a thumbs up. The Bold and the Beautiful's Ridge has once again left a trail of heartbreak in his wake. After breaking things off with Taylor, he immediately turned around and tied the knot with Brooke, leaving many fans furious at how quickly he shifted loyalties. Now, questions swirl about what's next for Ridge's fractured family, especially Thomas and Steffi, as his choices continue to ripple through Los Angeles. The show's official social media post stirred the pot further, sparking a flood of fan outrage online. On Instagram, the official B&B page teased, "Ridge isn't holding back. Hashtag bold and beautiful, hashtag drama, hashtag meme, hashtag daytime drama." That short statement was enough to ignite a heated debate. One fan fired off, "Ridge doesn't care if Thomas is okay. Ridge doesn't care about Thomas Matthew Atkinson or his family with Taylor Rebecca Budig. He has just been performing with them. He and Eric John McCook care about their relationships with the Logans." Another wrote, "The way Ridge and Eric Logan treated Taylor was so messy." Others echoed the same frustrations, pointing out how much the children have suffered. "Just stop, Ridge. You don't care if Thomas is okay or not. Eric told you that Thomas' mental health meant nothing in your duty to Brooke." Catherine Kelly Lang, a really frustrated viewer, posted. Another declared, "So disappointed in Ridge. I don't want to watch anymore. Too frustrating." The outrage didn't stop there, as one fan vented, "Ridge is a total asterisk, belittling his son like that. He's the one who has had the problem for the past 30 years with his sick back and forth. So tiring. Erg." Someone else chimed in, "Ridge is such a tool. Breaks up with Taylor and goes straight to the office and marries Brooke. Such terrible writing. Same stuff over and over." Some fans admitted they were walking away from the character altogether, while another wrote bluntly, "I dislike that B&B put Ridge and Brooke back together. I just don't want to watch this show anymore." While a few defended Ridge's latest move, most saw his actions as another example of putting the Logans above his own children. "Ridge, just be by yourself for a while," urged one, who added, "Have a rest from desperate women." B&B spoilers reveal that the fanbase is erupting with outrage as Ridge Forrester once again makes choices that appear to place the Logan family above his very own flesh and blood, reigniting one of the most polarizing debates in the history of The Bold and the Beautiful. And the anger from viewers is boiling hotter than ever as social media lights up with scathing comments, passionate defenses, and fiery declarations that Ridge's favoritism toward Brooke and her children has officially gone too far, derailing what many believed was an opportunity for the Forresters to finally regain control of their legacy and put family first. But instead, Ridge's actions have viewers fuming that he has become little more than a pawn of the Logan agenda, ignoring the needs of his own children and grandchildren, in favor of constantly protecting and uplifting Brooke, Hope, and the rest of the Logan clan. A dynamic that has been brewing for decades, but has reached a breaking point that the audience cannot overlook any longer, especially after recent storylines where Ridge dismissed Thomas's creative brilliance in order to appease Hope, raising questions about whether Ridge truly values the talent and vision his own son brings to the Forrester name, or if he is so blinded by his loyalty to Brooke and her family that he will sacrifice Thomas's future just to keep Hope happy. And if that wasn't enough to spark outrage, Ridge's indifference towards Steffi's struggles has poured gasoline on the fire, with fans pointing out how Ridge's daughter has fought tooth and nail to keep Forrester Creations afloat, battled back from trauma after trauma, and served as a fierce leader in the fashion industry, only to have her father downplay her accomplishments or, worse, place her in direct conflict with the Logans, who somehow always seem to benefit from Ridge's protection, leaving viewers demanding to know why Steffi, the living embodiment of Forrester's strength and resilience, is treated as though her father's loyalty is conditional, while Brooke gets unconditional devotion, no matter how many betrayals, affairs, or manipulations she has orchestrated over the years. And this double standard has reached the point where fans feel the show itself is undermining its legacy characters, with the Logans being elevated as the heart of the show, while the Forresters are portrayed as obstacles, villains, or unstable troublemakers. A creative decision that many longtime viewers say has alienated the audience and warped the very balance that made B&B compelling for decades. And when Ridge recently chose to side with Brooke in yet another argument about family dynamics, dismissing the pain and frustration of both Thomas and Steffy, the floodgates of criticism opened, with fans declaring Ridge the worst kind of hypocrite, a man who preaches about family loyalty but repeatedly turns his back on his own children in favor of catering to Brooke and her endless demands. And while some defenders argue that Ridge is simply caught in the eternal cycle of his love for Brooke, others counter that love should not require sacrificing his relationships with his children, especially when the cost has been so devastating to Thomas's growth and so undermining to Steffy's authority, creating rifts that may never be healed. And GH viewers are no strangers to divided fan bases, but B&B fans have taken this particular grievance to another level. Trending hashtags like #ForestersFirst and #RidgeWakeUp as they call out what they see as the show's blatant favoritism. And some are even threatening to stop watching unless the writers course correct and allow Ridge to truly stand with his own blood, for once instead of caving to Brooke's version of reality. And the tension has only intensified with Hope's complicated dynamic with Thomas, because while Ridge seems to constantly minimize Thomas's mistakes to make him look better in Hope's eyes, he simultaneously refuses to give his son full credit or trust, always dangling the threat of taking it all away if Hope so much as raises an eyebrow, leading fans to accuse Ridge of caring more about Hope's comfort than Thomas's redemption. And when it comes to Steffy, the fury is even louder, as many fans insist Ridge should have been firmly in her corner during the conflicts with Sheila Carter and the volatile situations surrounding her marriage to Finn. Yet instead Ridge often appeared distracted, preoccupied, or more concerned about how Brooke was handling things than how his daughter was surviving life-and-death crises, a pattern that has viewers shaking their heads in disbelief, demanding to know how any father could so consistently minimize the struggles of his daughter in order to keep the peace with his on-again, off-again wife. And while Brooke has her defenders who claim she has earned Ridge's loyalty, the fact remains that this loyalty seems to come at the direct expense of the Forrester children, a choice that feels increasingly indefensible to a growing portion of the fan base. And now speculation is rampant that the writers may be deliberately pushing Ridge into this unpopular role in order to set up a massive family war that could split Forrester creations down the middle, with Steffy and Thomas finally joining forces to demand their father acknowledge them or risk losing them forever. And if that happens, fans are predicting a seismic shift that could not only redefine the power structure at Forrester, but also shake Ridge's very identity, forcing him to choose once and for all whether his destiny lies with the Logans or with the family whose name he carries, a decision that may come far too late for some viewers who already feel betrayed by years of storytelling that sidelined the Forresters in favor of Logan drama. And as the backlash grows louder, it is clear that this is more than just a temporary reaction to a single storyline. It is the culmination of years of pent-up frustration that has finally reached a boiling point, and unless Ridge and the writers behind him find a way to rebalance the scales, the outcry will only intensify, leaving Ridge branded not as the great patriarch of the Forrester family, but as the man who abandoned them for the Logans time and time again. And in soap operas as in life, reputations are hard to repair once shattered, which means this storm is far from over, and the ripple effects could define the bold and the beautiful for years to come. Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe our United News 24 YouTube channel for more update news.